Okay, people. So let's start with the next topic. I hope everybody is there, right? Listening. Yeah. So good morning. So our today's topic is cost of capital, right? The last lecture we completed which topic? You remember? Right now. We completed capital structure. Okay. What we understood in that topic that just a change in capital structure can improve upon your EPS, right? What is the ultimate? See, this was what we learned in the initial stage. What we said, what is the ultimate aim of the finance manager? The ultimate aim of the finance manager is to maximize the wealth of the equity shareholder. How to maximize that wealth? By increasing what? MPS, right? By increasing MPS. And what we said then that okay, fine, MPS will increase. Other things, if the MPS will increase, other things remaining same. If what? If EPS increase. Do you guys remember this thing? Correct? Good, great. Okay. So now, when we talk about this topic, cost of capital. Yes, good morning, everyone. So when we talk about the cost of capital, see, first of all, you need to understand that we are in synchronization of the same aim. Okay. When we talk about this topic, cost of capital. We further in continuation of the same aim, right? The topic's name is cost of capital. So guys, what we have seen that aim of finance manager is what? Maximization of wealth of maximization of wealth of equity shareholder. Correct? Then we all know maximization of wealth, how does it happen? This is happening by what? Maximization of MPS, and it happens by what? Maximization of EPS. Correct? So we have seen that for maximization of EPS, okay, what we have seen? We have seen one part as arrange the capital structure efficient. Correct? Where we have seen this in the topic of capital structure. Okay, what was our conclusion? That is select that capital structure where what? EPS is maximum. Correct, guys? So, see, few things we need to understand. Overall picture. Aim of finance manager. Maximization of wealth of equity shareholder. That's the ultimate target with which he moves. Okay. That is obviously maximization of MPS. How maximization of MPS will happen when there is a maximization of what? EPS. Okay. So for that, now see, these are all efforts that we are doing for that only. One aspect is this, that you arrange the capital structure efficiently. Where we saw this in the topic of capital structure. What is that? That is select the capital structure where what? EPS is maximum. Okay. Another approach is also there. how to enhance the wealth of equity shareholders. Okay. So what I have to ensure, okay, I have to ensure two things. For this, one more option, okay. Raise the funds at lowest possible cost. Correct? And then invest the funds to earn maximum profit. Okay. What you have to ensure? Returns greater than cost. Correct? So raise the funds at lowest possible cost. What is required? To do this, we learn cost of capital. Correct, friends? See, very important discussion this is. Okay. That okay, fine. So finance manager's roles are important to understand. See, aim of the finance manager, maximization of wealth of equity shareholder. Okay, sir, that maximizes when MPS is maximum. That happens when EPS is maximum. One part we have already seen, arrange the capital structure efficient. But there are other places also. Not just arranging capital structure is enough. See, raise the funds at lowest possible cost, invest the funds to earn maximum profit, where the returns are what? Higher than cost. Okay. How would you raise the funds at lowest possible cost? For this, what first we'll have to learn? To do this, we will have to learn cost of capital. Then only I will know that if I can calculate the cost of capital, then only I will be able to know which is lower. Okay. And to invest the funds in the most profitable manner, to invest the funds in most profitable manner, learn capital budget. Sam, okay. You know now that this also is a topic in your syllabus. You have the full book. Notes you have no? So yes. So after capital structure, you have cost of capital. After cost of capital, your next topic is capital budgeting. Correct, friends? Is that right, friends? Yeah. Okay. So see, this is a viewpoint. This is a viewpoint. So please note this down in your book. First, you note down this, then we will continue further with the discussion. Open the topic, give the topic's name, and write all this. Done, I think. Ah, right. No need to send me a message for that. I'm waiting. I can see some people writing. Invest the funds to earn maximum profit. What we have written over here, to invest the funds in most profitable manner. Learn what? Learn capital budgeting. No, so just clarifying the role. Hello, what we are going to learn in cost of capital. We learn how to calculate cost of capital. What would you doing? What would you do calculating cost of capital? That becomes a benchmark, right? Somebody has asked me, are we going to learn capital budgeting also over here, investing also over here? No, it's very clearly written, guys. Bifurcated, cost of capital separated, capital budgeting separated. I told that it is capital budgeting is the next topic. That's a separate thing. I'm just trying to give an overall picture. What is Someshwar? See, I've written over here, the ultimate aim is the maximization of wealth, no? Right. So everywhere what you try to do, whether you are in capital structure, whether you are in cost of capital, yes, not directly, but in cost of capital also you try to do the same thing. Now you will aim to do what? You'll aim to keep the cost at the lowest possible, correct? Then obviously what will happen? And you select the sources of funds with lowest cost, and you invest in the project with highest returns. Automatically what will happen? EPS will increase. EPS will increase, then automatically MPS will increase. So yes, we know that. We know that. Fine, shall we proceed furthermore now? No? Okay, fine. Thanks. So I plan to now talk at length about the various costs. So initially in this topic, before I make you understand, see, uh, what is this cost of capital? This is returns expected by investor. Do you agree on this, guys? Right? So these are the returns for the investors, right? Returns for the investor is equal to cost of capital for company. Fine. Returns for the investor is what? Cost of capital for the company. Okay, fine. Now, as earlier also had told that generalization, how you calculate cost of anything, not only cost of capital, Cost of any commodity, cost of any service, cost of any goods that you buy. Okay? You compare what you pay and what you receive. You remember we had discussed this some time back. How to we were to buy 4 packets of biscuit in the break. I had given you 20 rupees to buy the biscuits. You bought 4 packets. So we ended up buying a Parle G biscuit of 5 rupees. If you remember by chance. Some topic we had talked about this. Am I right? We did talk about this, right? So how to calculate cost of anything? Yes, I had told this, right? What we pay upon what we get. Correct. Very true. Oh, we are right. I think this is the same words I'd use, that what we pay upon what we get. Right. So cost of anything is what we pay upon what we get. Okay, this is not a formula. This is not a formula, but this makes you think in a particular direction. Okay, fine. This is a way we have to calculate cost of any capital. Fine. So now let's come to the specific things. So now we are starting with that. Okay, guys. So sometimes chat box is off. Okay. I want you to listen to this explanation. Okay. Chat box off. So unnecessary chatter off. On the laptop also and in the mind also. Getting it? Just putting that chat box off is not for stopping your messages popping on my screen and disturbing me in between. They don't disturb me, but yes, attention deviated. So I want to stay attentive while explaining, and I want you to stay attentive while listening to this. So that's why the chat box is off for some time. After all, obviously your doubts will be there, but if at all they are there, welcome. But right now, with a blank mind, listen to it. Yes, we attend the whole lecture with a blank mind. We start with a blank mind, we end with a blank. Absolutely clear. Okay, we are in the state of trance throughout the lecture. I hope something at least goes in your mind when I'm talking. Okay. So fine, let's start. So now what we are going to discuss, we are going to discuss specific cost of capital. Specific cost of capital. Let me tell you the things that we will discuss over here. We will discuss cost of debt known as KD. Then we will discuss cost of preference shares known as KE. Then the most important part, we will discuss cost of equity, KE. And we are also going to discuss cost of retained earnings, that is KR. So these are the specifics cost of capital. So let's go ahead with it. Now please listen. Okay, I will give you the time to write. I will give you the time to write, guys. I hope I'm clear with my message. Okay, don't be in a rush to copy the things. If you were to copy these headings and if you're done copying, fine, be there, statue, don't move. Okay, listen to me first. Now, because this explanation is very important. I am going to give you the time to write. Get through the explanation. Writing can always happen a little later, but when I'm explaining, then that explanation you should not miss. Okay? So, the first thing first, we talk about cost of debt. Okay. Okay. Now here, it's very simple. Suppose you go with this logic, cost of anything, what do we pay or what do we get? Suppose I issue debentures. What I have to pay? I have to pay interest. Correct? What I will get, by issuing debentures, I'll get money, net proceeds. Correct? So, see, in cost of debt, the first thing that I would explain you is what we pay. Obviously, what we pay interest, correct? Right? Everybody agrees on this. See, we have already discussed the thing which I'm going to write now. By the virtue of the earlier topic, now we had some idea about it. Let me see whether it strikes to you. Okay. So, suppose there are two companies. One is levered, other one is unlevered. Now, hope you know the meaning of the term levered and unlevered. Levered means one which is having debt in its capital structure, and unlevered is the one which does not have a debt in its capital structure. Right? Everybody now knows this. Yes. Okay. Great. So, so one of our firms is levered, and the other firm is unlevered. Okay. Let's say their EBIT for both the firms is 10 lakh. Okay. Now the levered one will have debentures or any kind of debt. So let's say it pays interest of 2 lakh. Now obviously unlevered firm interest will be nil. Yes, sir. Okay. So earning before tax would be 8 lakh over here and 10 lakh over here. True, friends. Less tax. Let's say tax is 40%. So because the tax is 40% of this would be 3 lakh 20,000. 40% over here, 4 lakh. We subtract this and we get EAT or what? NP80. Right? Here it would be 480 and here it is 6 lakh. Okay. Now it's a very important thing to be understood. Okay? What is the only difference? The only difference is of the interest. Okay. So levered company paid interest expenditure. Levered company did what? Paid interest expenditure of how much? 2 lakh. Right? That's what you see over here. Now one would say what? Let's see if they are paying an extra expense of 2 lakh, then the profit should be down by 2 lakh. Right? But the NPAT of levered company is lesser by only how much? What is the difference between these two profits? 120. Hello, people. You agree with this, right? You know what is the reason for this? Tax saving. You remember the levered plan is always having an advantage. It dominates. Remember these words? It dominates. Why is it dominating? Because of tax savings. Correct? Okay. Okay. By any chance, does it mean that the debenture holder got paid a little lesser interest? No, no. How much we have recorded as an interest expenditure? 2 lakh. So does the debenture holder receive all 2 lakh rupees of interest? Yes, yes. He is not getting any lesser amount of interest. But still we are benefited because our tax payment goes down, right? Our taxable income goes down. Do you understand this, guys? Do you understand this? Okay. So levered company paid interest expenditure of 2 lakh, but the NPAT of levered is lesser only by how much? 120. Therefore, that is levered company enjoyed tax savings due to what? Due to payment of interest. Correct? Levered company enjoyed what? Tax savings due to what? Payment of interest. See, for a moment, if you all agreed on this, say yes to me. I've opened the chat box. Thank you, friends. Thank you so much. Oh, so I can see that everybody is saying yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Okay. Yes, we're coming to that. Now, let's formalize. We have been saying that tax saving, tax saving, tax saving, tax saving. Now, let's formalize how to calculate those tax savings. This difference, 80,000 is tax savings. That everybody agrees. And how this tax savings came is simple. You paid an extra expenditure of 2 lakh. It's 40%, is 80,000. My focus is not just on tax saving. So what should I say? What See, this is very important. Now, this is very important. Therefore, what is my net interest expenditure? See, I understand that I paid 2 lakh. I understand that the debenture holder got 2 lakh. But because of tax savings, definitely my net interest expenditure is at a different level. 80,000 is my tax savings. Everybody agrees. Oh, sorry. Everybody agrees on this. 80,000 is the tax saving. So the interest cost, the net interest cost is not 2 lakh. It is definitely lower by 80,000. Effectively, 120 is the interest cost for me, right? So whenever I talk about the effective or what is my net interest expenditure, so how do I calculate that? So net interest expenditure is equal to interest into 1 minus tax rate. Simple. So how much is our interest expenditure? 2 lakh. You know now how to do 1 minus tax rate. Taxes is 40%, so do 0.4. So 2 lakh into 0.6 is 1,20,000. Correct? No? This difference is justified. The difference is only 1,20,000. Actual difference is only 1,20,000. So I've saved 80,000 in the form of a tax. Everybody agrees on this? Fine. Okay. So remember, guys, now So whenever we talk about KD, cost of debt, we always consider net interest, also known as effective interest, also known as post tax interest expenditure. Understood? So whenever we talk about cost of debt, we will always consider what the net interest or the effective interest or what post-tax interest expenditure. Okay. Now let's, sir, will you teach the formula? Yes. Now I will definitely talk about the formula. Once I put it in our minds that whenever, now you guys must be knowing that whenever I'm going to talk about cost of debt and whenever I'm going to talk about interest, to the interest I will always multiply by what? 1 minus t. Understood? So now there are two views about calculating the KD. Okay. First of all, keep it in mind rate of interest on debt is fixed. Okay, that is the first, the beautiful part. So no much of complication. Rate of interest on debt is what? Fixed. So actually speaking, there are no much of complications over here. Then what is the only thing that we need to discuss? Okay, types. Now see how it is classified. It says that irredeemable debt. Now, if the chat box was on, no, I would have almost come out of my laptop by putting chat box. So how the debt would be irredeemable? How the debt would be irredeemable? Also known as perpetual debt. Okay, so who would give you unending loan, sir? Right. I know this is a common thing. See, guys, for this, we need to get the perception or the way. See, you understand that even a criminal has his viewpoint, which is correct according to him. Right? The whole world may not accept, but he has a viewpoint which is justified according to him. For every mistake we do, we have our viewpoint because that is mistake for others. So whatever. So I'm not getting into that part, but see here you need to get the thinking behind this. That what do we mean by irredeemable debt? I would say one simple thing. Details of redemption are not available. Okay. Yeah, see here, you know what? Understanding the formula is not difficult. Agreeing on this is slightly difficult for students. Agreeing on this that irredeemable debt, sir, how that would be irredeemable? What are you talking? Who would give a loan like that where it is irredeemable? No, it's not about that. It's that we don't know the details of redemption. How come, sir? Without knowing the details of redemption, how one would give you a loan? So for that, please everyone listen very carefully. For that, you need to understand the situation when all these happens. Guys, you all tell me this cost of capital. When would I estimate? Before taking loan or after taking loan? Before or after? Okay, before or after? Before taking loan, I will estimate this. Then everybody agrees on what is the point doing this after taking the loan? It's like once your exams are completed in November, then you start studying. Hello, we have a lot of time. Let's study group one, group two. There's no point doing that. Everybody knows. So you have to estimate the cost of capital before only. Correct? Okay. Now, see, let's have a word. Okay. Suppose that you all are doing learning CA Inter. So November 21, you appear. By January 22, the results come out. You will pass out. Okay. Then you join for finals. Then you start going for articleship also. Correct, huh? Somewhere in the 25 end or 26 beginning, you will have your final attempt. Right, depending upon how the exams plays and little 5 and 6 months here and there. So in those 3 years of article sharing, okay, you work with a lot of people. You're practically doing what every chartered accountant does. Only what is missing? The membership number. Okay, you gain all practical knowledge over it. So you talk with different people, you come to know, you talk with different clients, you make good professional colleagues, right? So you come to like you become friends, and that friendship continues a little more. Then it's like professional colleagues. You can look at some of them as a business partner. So like casually you are sitting in a coffee table and post with the work, and you are discussing. Okay, fine. Once we are done with this articleship and once we have our membership, we will start with our own firm. Okay, so 3 of friends decide we'll start with our own firm. Correct. Then you are on table, you are doing all this. Okay. Estimation. How much funds would be required? How much for fixed assets? How much for working capital? How to raise the funds? Raise the funds in most effective cost manner. Okay. Right. Then what do you try to do? Okay, let's see what we have within our options. Okay, my father has one shop. I'll ask him to allow us to use one of the friends is allow us to use for it. Okay, fine, but your father will may give shop without charging rent. Okay, but then we will at least have to buy some tables, chairs. Then a basic requirement in CA's office is we will need computers, right? So at least what the basic furniture, not very luxurious, the basic furniture, okay, and the laptop and computers and printer also you'll have to have. Right now, what happens? You don't have printer. Generally, people don't have printer at home, right? What unless there is a purpose, we don't have it. It dries out, man. It dries out. The ink dries out if you're not going to take out daily prints. Okay, so you estimate that all this setup will cost you 5 lakh. Okay, you are still in articleship. You're not passed your exam. You're not even appeared finals. You're still in articleship, but you're sitting on the table and estimating. So you say, okay, fine. What we will do? We take a loan. Yesterday only I had gone to bank for my client's work. I came to know that they are giving a loan to the new entrepreneurs at 10% per annum. Okay. Cost of capital, cost of debt, 10% per annum. Do you know the redemption details? When would you repay the loan? Or you have not yet even taken the loan. You are just estimating. Okay, fine. The cost of debt is 10%. So what we have to ensure when we start working now, we have to make sure that we keep our fees such enough to cover up that cost. Have you started working? No ways, guys. You are just sitting on the. This is how the promotion stage takes place. No, the idea comes in the minds of promoters on coffee table or some other table, whatever. Okay, the idea. I mean to say dining table. While having food, also one can. Okay. So the idea comes in the minds of promoter. See, at this stage, where you're not even knowing when would you start your business, would you talk about the redemption part of it, of the loan taken? No. So understand, friends, irredeemable, perpetual as a practical side. What do you say? That the details of redemption are not available. You know what? Here it is not teaching you the formula. Here it is convincing you the standard. That's the biggest thing. Because if I force you to remember like this, question will give you details, no redemption details available. Sir has told that we have to do. But do you agree with this practical situation, guys? Now you'll be okay, sir. Now let us work on the formula. Okay. So what will be the formula? Simple, friends. Formula is going to be very simple. Getting this logic was slightly difficult. Formula is very simple. What is that? What you pay upon what you get. Okay. So cost of debt, that is KD, would be what you pay? Interest. Just do one thing. Take the interest multiplied by 1 minus T. T is equal to what? Tax rate. Okay. Upon what you get. Suppose you take a loan, so it is net proceeds. Okay, fine. Here, basic things. T is what? Tax rate. How would you calculate net proceeds? Now, see, suppose you take a bank loan, na? So whatever is the amount of loan is a net proceeds, right? But if you issue debentures, then there can be some story around it about this net proceeds. See, let me write. Here, if you issue debentures, okay, or bonds, the net proceeds would be what? It would be face value can't help. They think that this house belongs to them. Face value plus security premium minus what? Discount. It might, okay, I understand this. Suppose I issue the debentures at premium. What will happen, guys? Premium will get added to it. True. Okay. If I issue at discount, then discount will get subtracted from it. Everybody agrees on this? Okay. Also, okay, less what? Brokerage. If there, okay. Commission. What I will call this? I call them flotation cost. Right? If I appoint a broker, right? I appoint someone to carry out the facilitation of the issue. Hello? Now we have something like bankers who help us to facilitate the issues. Right? So I have to pay them something. So how will I get my net proceeds? Now you agree on this? You start with face value plus what? Security premium minus what? Discount minus what? Commission on brokerage, as the case may be. That is generally called as what? That is generally called as flotation cost. Fine, is that understood, guys? Okay. So this you can write now. How much you are left? Right? Okay, let me share both the pages simultaneously. Are you done? Still writing? Oh, oh, right. What are you trying to show me? Penalty. Showing me some book. I'll open the chat box for a moment. Hmm. What are you saying? Nothing. Achha, you took the book. Achha, Penarasi, tell me, am I right to pronounce your name? I don't know the meaning of your name, sir. Right, Penarasi. Because generally, we say, another victim is Cooker. I tried two, three times, but he said, sir, you're not able to pronounce my name. Let it be. You don't try that Cooker NG, you go with Cooker. I said, okay, fine. Because everybody likes, like, name should be pronounced correctly. So the people done. Zero responses, guys. Chat box is open. If you're done, say yes, say no, something like. Oh, okay. You talk, we're listening. Done. 1 minute. Achha, Saket is still writing. Something has opened up in between. How would you write? Shit. Sorry. Done, na? Okay. Good. Chalo, people, just write this next part. Done, people? Okay. Let's have 3-4 minutes break. Okay, I'm keeping this on a screen. This on a screen. So let's have some break and then continue. Okay, people, are you there? Yes? Good. Sure. Let us start then. So type of debts we are talking. The first one we are talking is about irredeemable debt, saying that perpetual debt or what details of redemption are not available. So everyone listening now, guys? Everyone back into the class? Huh? Huh. Okay, so let's come to the next one. Obviously, the first one was irredeemable. Now it will be redeemable. Simple. Redeemable debt. So what I would say over here, details of redemption are available. Okay, now that's the interpretation. The details of redemption are available. Right. Now, if you talk to me like how, sir? Okay, fine. By experience, right? Continue with our previous example. What we said, okay, we are friends, are doing articleship, not yet passed, sitting on a coffee table and discussing the plans for future. Okay, fine. Whatever you plan, it happens like that. You complete your CA, those two, three friends we had planned. You start with the business, you take a loan for the first time, do the business for 2, 3 years, you're set into it. Now you know that if I then by experience you learn that I take a loan, I'll be able to repay in this much time. Bank gives me for 10 years or 12 years is a different thing. But my business model allows me to repay the loan within 6 years. So now already one office is there. Now you are planning for the second office. Again, you are on coffee table. But the difference is that now you are qualified. You're already partners of a firm. You've already done the business for 3, 4 years. So now the first category or the second category? Second category, when you will sit on table for discussion, would you have some past data to evaluate your own proposal? Yes. So details of redemption will be available. You will be knowing well that how I will be able to redeem or how I will be able to repay my loan. Okay. From student point of view, yes, it will be printed in the question. The loan is redeemable within 10 years. Just giving you the thought process behind it. Okay, both thought processes are important to understand. Irredeemable one and redeemable one. So irredeemable is details of redemption not known. And redeemable is one, details of redemption are known. Okay, with the example that I gave you, you can always correlate. Fine. So let's go ahead with it. Okay. Logic remains same, guys. Logic remains same. But only change is what? See, I tell you. KD. Okay. The starting point is same. Interest 1 minus 2. What is the logic, friends? In numerator, what are we going to write? What we pay, correct? You remember that somewhere we wrote it. Yeah. What we pay upon what we get. Okay, fine. See, other than that, details of redemption are available. You know what happens sometimes? You promise the redemption at a higher value, lower value, depending upon, like today you issue the debenture for 100 rupees, redeemable after 5 years for 105. These things happens or not? Tell me. These things happen. No? So what does that mean? That means the redemption value would always see interest cost that you already have written. That interest is a cost. Fine, done. Suppose the redemption value is higher than the net proceeds. Today you issued the debenture at par for 100 rupees and you are going to redeem it after 5 years for 105. So other than the interest, that extra 5 rupees, is it not an additional cost for you? It is that additional cost for us. You guys agree with that? So I need to consider that, no? So interest 1 minus t is fine. But in other than that also what? Other than that, what I will say? I will say, let me add the redemption value minus the net proceed, the difference that we just now talked. Okay, and see the interest is on annual basis. So the example that we took right now, that we will redeem after 5 years for 105. Today we are issuing for 100. So that extra 5 rupees is for how many years? Let's say the debentures is for 5 years. So it's 5 for 5 years. So here while adding, should I add all the amount or the annual amount? All the amount or annual amount? The annual amount, no? 5 rupees is for 5 years. The interest that I have written at the beginning is my annual interest. I'll calculate how the cost of debentures 8% per annum, 12% per annum, 13% per annum. So when I consider the interest expenditure over here, I would be taking an annual interest expenditure. So the extra cost I am considering RV minus NP, that also should be converted into annual value. Agreed or not? Susarita is not very clear, it seems. Understood. Initially you were saying no, sir. Let me take the total value. No. So what I will have to do, I will be dividing this RV minus NP by N, the number of years. So interest 1 minus T is my annual cost. RV minus NP upon N. Now N is number of years, so it will become an annualized value. Okay. Yeah, and divided by what? See, earlier we divided by net proceeds. Now what we will do? We will take an average value. We will say RV plus NP upon 2. Right? See, it is like this. Net proceeds come today. Okay, I use it. Okay, and I pay them when on the last day. Suppose this is a span of what? 5 years. Let's say, for example. So today I get the net proceeds. I pay them after how many years? 5 years. So I would say gradually the net proceeds are used, and I have to plan for the redemption value over the period of time. Right? See, it's not that the last day suddenly I gather the money. So over the period of time, I have to net proceeds I will utilize over the period of time. Redemption value I have to keep on providing over the period of time. That's why in denominator, what we are doing, we are taking an average value, RV plus NP upon. Now, just let me write all these variables. Let me write all these variables. I'll write below. RV redemption value. NP net proceeds. How to calculate that? Array, it's already written now. Same as irredeemable debt. So we have already explained it once, no? Net proceeds here. So it will remain same. That is not going to change. N number of years. Okay, friends. Yeah. Now understand. Just let me give one more example for this. Suppose net proceeds are 100. Redemption, just taking only to make you explain that. Redemption value say 105 and N is 5. That's why RV minus NP would be how much? 105 minus 100. That is 5 rupees is our additional cost for 5 years. is our additional cost for what? For 5 years. Therefore, annual cost would be RV minus NP upon N. That is 105 minus 100 upon 5. That comes to 1 rupee. This will be added to interest cost. Interest is already our cost. Na? Here. See, this is the interest cost. To that, this will get added. You understand now? A reverse situation can also happen. Na? Means we issue at 110 net proceeds and we redeem at face value. So what will happen that time, guys? The cost will increase or the cost will decrease. Overall cost will decrease. Right? No? So suppose it happens the other way around. If net proceeds are 110, let's say, and redemption value is say 100. Say N is 5 years. Now what will happen? So RV minus NP upon N would be 100 minus 110 upon 5. That is minus 2. Therefore, this will be subtracted from interest cost, comma, reducing our KD. Got it? This what will be the effect of this? Because of this, what will happen? The KD will come down. The overall cost will come down. Did you all understand this, guys? Interest component is not divided over the time period. Interest is annual only. Laksha. Interest is so annual only, na? In that annual interest, what we are dividing with the difference between redemption interest is every year I have to pay, or I don't have to pay. Certain or uncertain? Quite certain. Interest payment is quite certain. We know that it's a fixed payment. Okay. Other than interest, that's what I'm saying again and again. Other than interest, interest is my fixed payment that is bound to come in the numerator. That we have already discussed. Interest. Let me just scroll the page properly so that people can copy. I think this is where you have to copy. Okay. So interest is a fixed cost that I have to bear only. Other than interest cost, this might come into the picture. That if now the second category only it came into the picture. Why? Because the details of redemption are known. So if redemption value and net proceeds is keeping any difference, then what will be the impact? That's what we have discussed. Right. In the first case, what we said that the redemption value is higher than net proceeds. Redemption value 105, net proceeds 100. That means 5 rupees extra we are paying at the end of 5 years. So what is the annual additional cost? 1 rupee other than the interest cost. Second example, redemption value is 100, net proceeds today are 110. So actually what you are issuing at a higher price and paying the face value. Means you are benefited, no? Right? So what we calculated annually, RV minus NP upon N. RV redemption value 100 minus net proceeds 110. So you are getting the profit. That's why it is carrying a minus sign. Why it is carrying a minus sign? It will reduce your cost. It will be subtracted from the interest cost. Did you get it, guys? Are you guys done? Done. Okay. Okay. Sure. We'll move ahead now. So what we talked right now, you remember? We talked about cost of debt. Okay. Cost of preference shares. See, what is the best part over here? That both of them behave in the same manner. Means debt and preference. What is the speciality? Returns are fixed. Correct? You can also mark in a book like this. Okay. Returns are fixed. See, by the virtue of discussion of the earlier topics, we know that debentures plan with debt always dominates the plan with preference. You remember you understand, you can get what I'm talking. Why it happens? It's all because of the placement. Placement, right? Where suppose this is a line of taxation. This is a line of taxation. So debenture interest is placed where? Above this. Understand? Uh, and preference dividend is placed below this. So what happens? Preference dividend, the company using preference shares as a source of finance doesn't enjoy any tax savings because preference dividend is always paid out of what? Tax, post-tax profits in PATs. Yes, correct. Are you guys able to understand what I'm saying? Okay, so same pattern the formulas are going to be. Just difference would be what? Instead of interest, I'll use the word what? I use the word preference dividend. Okay. So let's write that. Cost of preference shares. Same story, same story. Irredeemable. Perpetual. Where we will see now what details of redemption are not given. Okay. Yeah, cost of preferences. You have to write KP over here. So what will happen? KP would be, see guys, it was earlier formula was what? Interest 1 minus tip on net proceeds What will be the change? We will write preference dividend, but to the preference dividend, please don't multiply by anything. No 1 minus t. No 1 minus t. Do we save tax over there anywhere? No, not possible. It comes post-tax, right? So preference dividend divided by net proceeds. Okay. Net proceeds, now the meaning is same, so I'm not repeating. Is that fine? You want to write again, you can write. What is net proceeds? Face value plus security premium minus discount minus what? Flotation costs. So if you wish to write, you write. No worries. But it is same. It is same throughout the discussion. Okay. Second. Redeemable. So what we would say, details of redemption are given. Therefore, KP, cost of preference, is equal to preference dividend plus RV minus NP upon N. Guys, please check the way we are writing. Upon N is only for this part. See here, guys. This part is already annual, right? So, is there any need to divide it by N? No. RV minus NP, the difference is over the span of the debentures. That's why we divide it by N. The example that we took, as you can see over here in the last slide, RV minus NP, 105 minus 100, that is 5 rupees, is the additional cost for 5 years. So that's why you want to get the annual, you have to divide by N. You know what I have noted? Students like becoming expansionists. Gradually, this line now comes this way, this way. If the line goes the other side, okay, people take the line from here and gradually they like extend it over here and they make it look like this. Interest 1 minus t plus RV minus NP upon N. And the confidence level is so high. You know what? Confidence level is so high, they tell that this is how we are taught by sir. I make it so clear. The first part, interest 1 minus t, is already at the annual level. So why you want to divide it further by N? No need. Okay, so no presentation like this is wrong. No, this is wrong. Hurry, with this wrong formula, Rishabh, you will not get even sympathy also of the examiner. Okay, when you don't follow the method told, I say, okay, you arrive at some different, you arrive, the question tells you a particular method to be followed, you don't follow that method, still arrive at a correct answer. Okay, fine, you at least gain some sympathy. With this formula, neither you will get marks nor you will get sympathy. The student doesn't know even the correct formula. So upon N is only on this side, guys. Correct. Get only big zero. Divided by RV plus NP on 2. Done, people. Okay. Come to this question number 1. Come to this question number 1. Okay. Let's get into the first question. Let's read the first one. A company issues rupees 10 lakh. Guys, rupees. This is the amount. This is the amount. Moma, 16% debentures. What is this? This is rate of interest. Oh, rupees 100 each. What is this? What is this? What is this? You understand? Face value. Right? Remember that. Okay. The company is in 35% tax bracket. You are required to calculate the cost of debt after tax. Guys, always remember KD is always post tax. Okay. If options, debentures are issued at par, debentures are issued at 10% discount, debentures is issued at 10% premium. Okay. Read the line again. A company issues 60 rupees 10 lakh, 16% debentures of 100 each. The company is in 35% tax bracket. You are required to calculate the cost of debt after tax if the debentures are issued at par, at discount, at premium. Tell me details of redemption given. You read the whole line now? You read it with me second time also? Is it told they are redeemable after 5 years, 10 years? No. So go with a small formula, shortcut formula. First one. Here, huh? Okay. So where to write? Wherever you are, you write. Did you understand? How many pages to give blank? Zero. Zero, zero. Don't leave blank. Don't leave anything blank. Wherever you are, you continue. Is that clear? We are talking about specific cost of capital, guys. I understand that we have to write equity, we have to write retained earnings, but first solve sums on this. Get a control on this, then we will go for equity. If I continue the formula, you will die of choking. You will be choked today right now itself by 9:30. Seriously, man. Explaining equity is a tough task. You know why? See how I prepare your mind. I'm just telling about, I'm just telling now equity explanation is tough task. Why? Because the basic difference between debt preference and equity is that debt and preference, the returns are fixed. Uh, Equity, the returns are not fixed. Okay, so think on this. Think on this. Okay, we will have some great theories coming up. Okay, guys, you all have studied little of science up to 10th standard, up to school level. Everybody has studied science, right? We talked about Newton. Newton told us about gravitation, right? Right. He wrote the laws. Then did anyone again wrote? Did anyone again write the law? No, he wrote it. That's it. Why? Because the phenomena is same. Phenomena is constant, right? Do you know? You heard of Kepler? Not stapler. Kepler. Heard of him? Kepler is the first person who to bring the concept of gravitation. Kepler never become famous. Newton become famous. Kepler, like me, sitting in the gallery, projected the movements of stars without any instruments. He found out ratios that time, and Newton polished the concept and becomes Newton's gravitation. Anyways, I don't teach you science, but huh, but see, Newton wrote the law. That's final. Nobody is again writing law of gravitation. What in economics we have seen? It talks about human behavior, certain or uncertain. Uncertain. How you react to a situation you don't know. You react to the same situation differently at different times. And in the same situation, different people have a different reaction. So there are a number of laws. That uncertainty element will come when we talk about cost of equity. Okay. So hence I am not talking about cost of equity today. I'm making a mindset ready for the next lecture. Okay, fine. When sir will talk about cost of equity, we'll make a lot of assumptions. He'll be behaving like Alfred Marshall. Okay. Yeah. So meanwhile, we'll complete this question. Solution to question 1. Okay, so question 1, that A, in that first part, issued at par. Okay. So net proceeds will be 100 rupees. I'm doing per debenture, guys. I'm doing per debenture. Okay. And interest should be 16% per annum. Tax is equal to 35%. Right? No worries, no worries. Sushma, thank you. Dear. So how we will calculate KD, interest 1 minus T for net proceeds. Guys, interest would be 16 rupees. 1 minus 0.35 upon net proceeds 100. 16 into 0.60. Second part, issued at 10% discount. Okay, so now what is going to happen? Net proceeds are going to change. So net proceeds will be 100 minus 10% discount. That means 90 rupees. So now you are getting only 90 rupees. Will interest change? No. Interest is always 16% of face value. I hope you know this. Hello, people. You understand this? See, though you reduce the net proceeds, interest, so you have to always pay on what? On face value only, correct? Yeah. Okay. Tax also remains the same, 55%. Therefore, KD is equal to interest 1 minus T upon what? Net proceeds. So interest 16, 1 minus 0.35 same, but divided by 90, huh, guys? So this 10.4 only, no? Upon 90. See now, 10.4 divided by 90 makes it to point, listen to me, listen. Makes it to point 1156. Now see, that's the thing which I always tell you. 2 digits after decimal points, right? So now when I write 4 digits after decimal point, multiplied by 100, it will become 11.56%. Right, people? Right, people? Please understand this. Yes. I think from the topic of ratios, I've been repeating this again and again. That consider how many digits after decimal point. 2 digits after decimal point. Okay, so don't miss on it, please. Achha, some people are saying, sir, why don't you write 100? So it is the same thing now, guys. You do into 100 really. It will automatically shift those decimal to the two sides to the right. No, that's what we are doing. It's okay if you don't write 100. It's important that you show it proper percentage. Okay. What is the next option? Issued at 10% premium. So what will happen? Net proceeds will be 100 plus 10% premium, 110. See, whatever might be the net proceeds, interest is not going to change. It is going to remain 16% of fixed value. That is 16 only. And tax also continues to remain same only. Okay. How we will calculate KDA? KD interest 1 minus T upon what? Net proceeds. I think interest 1 minus T part remains same, right? 16 into 1 minus 1, 4. Yeah, net proceeds will change to 110. So this is 10.4 divided by 110. When you do 10.4 divided by 110, you get point, I'll write 0.0945. See the fourth digit 5. After that there is 4, so you know. So that comes to 9.45%. Is that clear? The calculation part is absolutely clear to everyone. And you see all the three amounts. You see all three amounts. Okay, like compare. See what happened. When you issued at discount, the first, when you issued at par, your cost was how much? 10.4%. When you issued at discount, you got less money. Huh? You paid the same interest of 16 rupees, but you got less money. So what happened? The cost increased. Right. In the third option, when you issued at premium, what happened? You pay the same interest, 16 rupees only. But what is the benefit? You are getting more money. So what happened? Your cost came down. Understood this? Okay. This is part one. Part A is part B also. So, okay. What says part B? Brokerage is 2%. Issued at premium of how much? 10%. Okay. So we'll write in the same manner again. So we'll write in the same manner. Okay. Let's see. So first we'll write net process. Okay. How it will come, you tell me. 100 plus 10%. Whatever comes minus 2% brokerage. So it will be 110 minus 2%. 107.8. Sorry, tax rate is 35%. I think the answer I've written correct. Na? That part is C. Ah, actually, calculated tax. Guys, I hope everybody understands that you have to calculate 2% of the market price. Okay. Some theoretical doubt crops in the minds of some students. Sir, why not 2% of face value? What will happen, people, if brokers start charging percentage of brokerage as a as a part of face value? They'll be on roads. They'll have no reason to continue with their offices. Huh? See, MRF tire only we talk. 75,000 is the share price. 75,000. Okay. Delivery, delivery, no intraday. Delivery. Delivery percentage is 0.5% per share. Okay, so into 0.5%. This is his brokerage. 375 rupees. Who the broker earns 375 rupees. If he starts thinking like you, he will become bhikari within no time. MRF face value is how much? 10 rupees. On 10 rupees, you calculate 0.5%. 5 paisa, 5 paisa. Huh? Where 375 rupees and where 5 paisa? So always on one market price. Okay. This is net proceeds that we have written. So let's calculate directly. KD, interest, 1 minus T on net proceeds. So 10.4 upon 107.8. 0. Now see, let me write 0.096. After 6, that is 4, 7. So make it 5. Round off the fourth digit. Now this that is 9.65. 9.65%. Correct, people? Understood well? Written up till here. Okay. So I'm stopping for the day now. Huh? Yes, yes. You can leave the lecture if you have nothing to ask. Yes, yes. Bye, people. Bye, bye. Enjoy your break and get ready for the next lecture. Go, go, go. Those who are doing screenshots, those who are doing screenshots. Who's raising the hand? Ankita, put in the chat box better, please. Okay, next page. I'm sorry. You write what you want. Someshwar. Formula is what we pay upon what we get. We will pay interest plus 100 rupees later. Why can't we write 100 rupees in numerator? Are 100 rupees is never my cost. Oh my dear friends. 100 rupees is never my cost. Who's that? Muskan. 100 rupees is a loan taken and loan repaid. So that becomes your cost or what? Uh, Would you once please explain the denominator part of redeemable debt, that is RV plus NP upon 2? I couldn't hear. Don't worry, I'm going to talk about it again. Okay, I'm not yet done with that. I'm not yet done with that. Ankita, I'm going to repeat that. Don't you worry. No, no, no page to be left. Laksha, I think I've discussed. We are not going to issue anything irredeemable. Someshwar, tomorrow I'll show you the ratios. Next lecture I'll show you. Huh? I'll have to find that file again, so it will take long time. Better next lecture we do. Huh? Sure. So I'll wind up the session now. Bye bye. Take your break. Enjoy. See you. See you. See you in the next class.